with you. You just gonna be like, yes,
In
darling.
fact, I want you to be, I want you to be your best. 'Cause I'm going to absorb it because that stuff you're saying is just, it doesn't even make sense to me. But I'll absorb it. I appreciate it.
No,
I want your best.
you like to argue, Poetic. I don't know why you
No,
say
no,
you like to
no,
argue. Yes, you do.
no, not really. No,
No,
now I
okay,
will.
or you might not like it. You might not like it, but you do it.
I
Like
entertain. I
I
entertain
don't
it.
like doing
I
it, but I
entertain it with.
do it.
I entertain it more with men. Women, I don't really do it with. I just kind of just make some little funny comments, some little weird comments. But men, I entertain it because I
No,
like to see
on this app. Okay, so on this app,
on this
yes.
app. On this
Yeah,
app,
you don't
yes.
argue with women on this app.
No.
Yeah, I don't. I never see you argue with women. You'll sit there. You definitely just take it, and you definitely even with the men. Honestly, you really sometimes you just be taking it too. You don't be arguing. You'll be a little
Right.
sarcastic with it,
Right.
a little
Right.
bit snippy, but you don't argue. But I'm just saying that I don't know. You like to be right. You're a Virgo. You like to be right sometimes.
No,
The
that's not
other day you said that you was arguing about what was it that you not okay, I won't say arguing,
mm.
but you were giving your opinion of that what are those things those people who do karate? It's not karate. I don't know why I
Oh,
keep
yeah,
on
martial arts, martial
martial arts.
arts.
You was going on and on and on and about this stupid martial arts and what makes a martial arts person and what's a belt and da. You were sitting there trying to prove your point.
Because martial arts is what it is. It's an art, and it has a defense. It has a defensive mechanism, but it's not a. If I wanted to be that person, martial art would not be what I use to harm somebody.
Okay,
It's almost
so
like it's basically like generally most places use it to show people how to disarm somebody, how to put somebody in a hole, how to what they call helicopter holes. But it's an art. It's an art of body control, discipline, time, energy. Martial
okay.
arts, kung fu.
So
Kung fu is time and energy. Mhm.
in that instance, why wasn't it okay just listening to the woman talk?
Because everything has a function. So if you go each knee, san, shi, go, rock, teach, hachiku, there's a function in martial arts, right? It's a function based on numbers. Everything has a counterpoint based on what you're going to do, but it doesn't have a unaliving perspective. It's just to defend.
Right. Okay. So you going off on that again. So, but I'm
Right.
asking you because you said that is you just like the interaction of a woman's voice is soothing, right? So, say
Right.
if I knew about martial arts, which I don't, and I sat there and say, no, poetic, it's not about that. It's about this, and I'm sitting
hmm
there trying to prove my point of how you are wrong.
hmm
You're not you at that moment was not just being quiet about it and just absorbing her voice,
Right.
her
Yes.
energy. You
Yes.
had to sit there and be confrontational and be like, no, you're wrong. That's not
No.
what it's
No.
like.
If you're a woman, I'm absorbing. If you, I'm going to absorb your discussion. So I'm not going. If you're a woman, I'm not going to even go to the nth degree to have a wrong or right feature. I just want to hear you continue talking. So I'll say stuff like I'll say
I had to drop you. I had to drop you because you were so argumentative.
Did you really? Okay. Well, thank you. I didn't
Yes.
realize that. Thank you for dropping me. Yes. Did you bring me back by chance? Have it come back?
Nope, I left you in the fucking.
Okay.
I left you in the waiting room. I left you there because you just kept on going back, Charles. Do you remember? You kept on
I
going
was
on and on and
I was in
on
the green
and
I was in
on.
the green room. I was in the green room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you were sitting there.
because people were embellishing what. First of all, nobody's teaching nobody
But one
martial
of
arts for
them
free.
was a woman. But one of them was now I can understand the
Hey,
men. You want to go back and forth with a man, that's fine. But one of them was a woman, and you still was just be like you still wanted to go ahead and express that you were right and that she was wrong. And so it wasn't
because
about you just wanting to listen to her voice and that would just calm your spirit. No, you
because a couple things that were said was embellishing. So, for example, if you have a dojo, right? Well, nobody's teaching nobody's child free martial arts in a dojo. Now, if you have AAU, you might bring somebody's child in AAU because he's very talented, like a kid, Kevin Durant. He was in an AAU team. His mother didn't pay for that. The guy was better than anybody. The coach knew this kid could play. Other people didn't think Kevin Durant could play. His coach did. His coach, unfortunately, was unalive at a bar right before he went pro. But my point is this: is that while this coach saw that Kevin Durant could play, other coaches didn't. But so he let Kevin Durant play on his AAU team for free. You know what I'm saying? But guys with dojo gyms, you're not going in for free. They're not going to train you for martial arts for free. It doesn't
because
happen. That's why I'm saying that people are embellishing some things about martial arts. That's all. Martial arts.
okay. So what happens if it was the woman, right? And the woman has said, "No, my son is so good that he gets to go in this
then
dojo for free."
I'll say she's sucking the instructor's hog leg off every time he goes. Because that point I trained him. I said, "Man, I'll take over. You can suck this hog."
But you
I'll train.
just said that you just like you don't
No,
argue with women. Okay,
no,
yes,
no.
you
I'm not
don't
gonna
argue.
argue. No, no, no. I want to acquiesce. I'm gonna say, hey, look. Don't suck him. Don't suck that instructor no longer. I'm better. I'm gonna train your son. You
Oh,
come on over here,
wait.
suck my yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like she suck my hog leg now. I'm gonna become the trainer. You know. That's what I'm
Oh, yeah, but don't you think?
saying.
Okay, so you think that's gonna work well? What's now? She's sitting there. Oh my, you're so disrespectful, poetic. How can you be so? And you're gonna okay, and that's
Huh?
when you're like, okay, thank you
You,
very
you,
much.
you mean if the mother says that? I'm gonna say you're exactly right. I'm very disrespectful, but in the meantime, you can still suck my hog leg. I'll train you something free. I'll pick them up and drop them off. You know, I even add a feature. You know, like,
Charles said, no, it's
but,
called paying the
but
bill. Charles has nothing to do with this. Like, really, because they're Charles, I can't. Charles is saying. Charles said that very true. Paying weekly is part of the discipline.
right, it was true. Yeah, he's right. Yeah,
But for who? The parent? Because the kid is not paying it.
no, yeah, the parents paying it. Yes, the parent.
Right.
Yes,
So I know, but
yeah,
that's not the
yeah.
point. The dojo is not supposed to be training the kid. It's supposed to be training the
No,
kid, not the parent.
the dojo is a place is a place where the martial arts take place.
Right. So how
Yeah.
is so it's teaching the parent discipline, not the child.
No. It's teaching both. It's because the child knows that his mom and dad are paying for him to attend this discipline.
I don't think kids put a connection with
Yes.
that.
Oh yeah. Yes, they do. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not free. They know it's not free.
Really, I don't mean honestly. Do I don't do
Yeah.
the kids,
No. I
kids
mean,
don't
hey,
put connection with monetary things.
when you in any type of sports, you know your parents are paying for it, unless, like I say,
I don't think they
unless
care. I don't think they
no,
care if their parents are
no.
paying for it.
But it's in alignment with the discipline because you don't want to disappoint your parents with the money they're spending on
You
your
really
martial arts
think
training.
these kids give a fuck about how much money their fucking parents pay for this shit?
Yes, they do because they realize because they know why. First of all, most kids actually ask their parents, can they attend martial arts? Mom and dad don't just
Right.
put the kids in martial arts.
No, I understand. Well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but they don't. The parents go, "Oh, well,
So
it's costing me an arm and a leg to put you in there, so you
no,
better go in there."
no. You don't say it's arm and leg, but you might say to your son and daughter, let me research and see how much it's going to cost us, and what's the best one to use. Like, what's the best dojo to put you in? Well, I know that you're going to
Based
actually
on
get
the
trained.
price, I never put a price tag on anything that my kids wanted to do. I never wanted to make them feel guilty about doing something because I paid my last
Listen,
money
listen.
on them. That
You
doesn't
missing
make
it.
any sense.
You're missing it. You're not putting a price tag. But if your kids have to ask you, right? Can they go into martial arts? That they
Right.
know that there's a fee for it. They know they know you're just
No,
not
they
dropping them off.
don't. Okay, I
Listen,
understand the
baby,
perfect world and a man world.
Miss
They
Adrian,
they give a shit.
Miss Adrian,
How
your
many
kids got
times the kids can say, "Oh,
Miss
I
Adrian,
want the new pair of
Miss
Jordans"? You
Adrian,
think
Miss
they care
Adrian,
about
Miss Adrian,
how much the price is?
Miss Adrian, your children have to get
Uh,
fitted for they have to get
I
fitted for
thought
their
my
gi, right?
voice was
Listen,
soothing. You see, I thought
Miss
my
Adrian,
voice was soothing.
Miss Adrian, and Miss Adrian, and I hear what you're saying, Miss Adrian, but remember your children have to get fitted for their gi, right? The gi cost. Okay, they know that gi is not free. They know that your mom and dad has to pay for their gi. They go to a
Right,
cash register and pay for that gi, or they write a check for it, one or the other. So they know that there's costs applied to what they're doing. This stuff is
but do
not
they?
free.
They don't care about the cost.
No, they don't care, but it's a part of it's in alignment with the functions of knowing there's accountability or funding for these things. And that here's the thing about it. And look here, and if you don't perform,
You putting a lot of
look here,
emphasis on these children
look
being
here.
smart like that. They're not.
Here's what happened. Look here. Here's what you learn too. And this is what two kids learned also. Let's say you're not responding to the discipline, then your mom and dad lose the money that they put up for your classes because the dojo can say you no longer can participate because you're not adhering to the discipline of the dojo. Thank you, but no thank you. We enjoyed
Okay,
you.
well that's
May,
different because that's discipline of the dojo. That ain't got nothing to do with
no,
paying the bill.
but it's in contrast with the funding. So the kids in their mind, like I know my parents are paying for this. I don't want to lose their money and violate the discipline of the training. I know it's hard for you to see the teaching dynamic, but it's a teaching dynamic. It's all
Because
teaching.
I don't think kids give a fuck. I really don't get kids to give a fuck.
Okay.
I
Well then,
really don't.
no. And
If kids
to what
actually
you're
gave a
saying is,
fuck, these kids would be a
I
lot
agree with
better
you.
in the world.
I agree with you. To what you're saying, some children don't, and that's why they don't stay in the dojo that long because they don't care. And
Okay.
sometimes it's just a flex to say, Jimmy Joe is in my friend. I want to go too, but he gets there and realizes that discipline is too much for him or her. And so they don't care. I tried it, didn't work for me. Oh well, mom and dad lose a couple dollars.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got to
And
remember the dojo serves as a because you got to remember the dojo has sometimes you have some dojos that actually have a like a child care piece to it. So your child may be there for after school and getting this martial arts training. It just depends on what the dojo offers, what it features. But
I get
it's
that. I just don't know where the monetary. I don't understand how the monetary is teaching them discipline. That's where my confusion is. Me paying a bill is not teaching the child discipline. I'm the one who's paying the fucking bill.
it's a component of discipline because someone's
Yeah.
paying for you to receive something. It's almost like if
Okay.
your parents. It's
So
like if your
how
parents pay you. Look here. When you go to a private, listen, baby, listen. We go to a private school, right? You know
right.
that your parents are paying tuition for you to go to a private school.
Okay, so that means the
Okay,
children are not going
which
to
which
act up
which
because the
which is
parents are
which
paying for
which
private
is
school. That's just
which is a
falsehood.
teaching dynamic. So I mean, no, but so like for example, when I went to private school, I went to a school called Woodward Prep in
And
DC.
look at you.
I got put out of it, but there wasn't
Right.
wasn't anything I did wrong. I just got caught up in a group
Hey, Peace Joe.
discipline issue. Several, not just me. It was like 10 of us got
So you
got
didn't
got
give a
got,
shit
got
about how
chipped.
much money your parents paid for your fucking school because you still was undisciplined.
No, no, oh no, I was disciplined, but but in that moment of when I got caught up in a group of 10 people, I just became I got the consequences of what probably 2 people got, 10 of us got. Anyway, my point of is that, but I was disappointed at that juncture because I knew my parents were paying for me to go to this private school.
And it didn't mean shit because you still got in
No, no, no,
trouble.
no, 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 no. But no, no, it bothered me that did because I enjoyed the school and what I got accused of, I shouldn't have, but I was part of 10 people. Okay, 2 people should have got the consequence as I looked at it.
I know
Okay,
what you did
but
or they
but
did.
then but then I learned right. So when I left that private school, I went to another private school.
Uh
That
huh.
private school actually awarded a scholarship. So now
Okay.
again, now, okay, somebody are still being paid for, not by my parents, but there's a scholarship involved now. Now my mind is, I don't want to lose the scholarship. Almost lost it.
Oh, but you almost
Got
did
caught,
lose it because you
got
did.
caught up in a room where, and then okay, I don't even
Again, did
smoke.
not teach you discipline. You know what?
I
You
don't
keep
even,
on proving my
yeah.
fucking point.
I don't even smoke. I don't even smoke the green stuff. But I was in a room where they found it, and they were going to take the scholarships from all the people that were in that room, and we didn't tell. I didn't
Right.
say anything, but I got representation to say that there was no need for me to be a part of the school's investigation because I had to be in that room, and I was not partaking in whatever was alleged to be in there. Although the people whose room it was, they got dismissed. They lost this scholarship. I didn't lose mine, and the other guys that were in the room didn't
I
either.
get
So my
it, but
point is this. So
no,
my
my
point is
point is
this.
what?
No,
What is your
but you
point?
value. No, but here's what I'm saying. But the discipline is that you value that there's a cost behind what you're trying to obtain. Now,
If
again,
you
not everybody
valued it,
does.
you wouldn't
So,
get yourself
so,
in a position that you will get in
so,
trouble.
so you no, it was Adrian. You miss okay. You want to say what you would do because you're there and you're gonna try to do all you can. Sometimes you still don't avert what you're trying to avert, but you have to know how to navigate through it. But now, let's go back to what you're saying. Now, based on what you're saying, you probably will be one who said, "I don't care that they pay this amount. I got put out, or I didn't do well. Oh well, they shouldn't have paid. I don't know because I don't."
Because okay, you said that paying a bill
Mhm.
teaches you discipline, teaches the child discipline.
It's a part of the teaching. It's a part. It's a component of the teaching dynamics of structures of life itself.
Yeah,
So
and that's like I think a kid would give a fuck, but I don't think kids give a fuck about you paying your
okay,
bill.
okay, then they don't. Okay, but then how did you get here
How do I get back? How do I get where? As far as
to where you are
discipline,
in the program, whatever program? How did you get in that program?
how to get, okay, wait, how do I get in the program? Okay, yes, my parents pay for it, right, but
Hmm.
it's not teaching me discipline because they're
No, it's
paying.
no. It's a part. It's a part of the. So in other words, if you violate something, there's a disciplinary action. The discipline is that you don't want to have a violation to waste the funding or whatever monies that were attributed to you being there. So the discipline is that I'm not going to put the money in jeopardy for what I'm trying to obtain.
The kids don't give a shit about that. Why
Okay,
don't?
okay. So right, so then chances are, okay, then those who don't probably not going to succeed there. If you ever get a chance, there's a story about Ray Lewis, right? Ray Lewis that played University of Miami. Ray Lewis had nowhere, didn't have a pot to urinate out or urinate in. He was so elated when he got the call to go to University of Miami. He was so grateful. He couldn't believe it. He
Mm-hmm,
didn't know, and it was a last minute situation. He went with an EBT card
mm-hmm.
and and bare minimum. My point is that he knew the importance of being University of Miami, offering him a scholarship. He cared.
That had nothing to do with discipline. Okay, maybe the word discipline.
The discipline is that because there are consequences that came with him accepting that scholarship. There's a discipline feature in that scholarship. There are disciplines he has to follow. Young man, you will go to school each day to your courses. Young man, you report to practice at a certain time. The obligation here is that we'll give you a scholarship to participate in our sports program. So that's your discipline is built into your scholarship. The same thing with monies.
I get
Monies are
it.
built
Okay,
into
I
your
understand.
activity. Yeah, yeah.
I
I mean, no,
understand.
no. Does money teach you discipline? That's a strange question. That's a strange answer. I don't
Well,
know,
that was
but
my
it's
fucking
part of
question. That's what Charles is
right.
saying.
But it's part of the nature of discipline. So
It's not, I
basically,
don't think
money.
it's the
Okay,
motivation. I
okay,
don't
like
think
when you go to
it's
work.
more
Hey, look.
motivation than the
Hey, look.
discipline. At the end of the
Hey,
day,
look.
Ray Lewis, I'm pretty sure already knew how to play fucking football already, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was a beast. Yeah.
Exactly. So it wasn't that it taught him discipline. He should already had the discipline from playing football, of knowing the
Okay.
rules and the regulations,
Okay.
and if
Okay.
you lose and
When
if you catch a
when
touchdown,
you
if you miss the fucking ball,
when you
that
when
should have
you
taught him the discipline. I don't think the
when you
money that his mother put into that fucking Pee Wee league is what cost him fucking discipline.
when you go to work every day, right? You have a discipline to wear a certain type of clothing to protect your income, right?
Right.
Okay. So income is a quiet teacher, a quiet teaching to the discipline of you doing what's necessary for you not to violate.
Income is incoming. Is now if it was outgoing, I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I'm gonna want to fucking wear.
But okay. So even with the outgoing funds, it's still a discipline to the funds going to you obtaining something. But
You right.
okay, so look, when I go see my therapist, when I go see my therapist, hold on,
all fucking
hold
day.
on. Hey, look, when I go see my therapist, right? When I give her that $40, I care because I want to obtain what my pleasure.
Is she
I don't want to
being
violate,
disciplined by it?
huh?
Is she okay? So in that
Yeah,
case,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. She's
How
disciplined.
is she being
Yes.
disciplined by it?
So she's disciplined because she has to provide a service to make sure that ensures that that 40 stays with her. That there's no customer retribution about that 40. So let's say I get there, give her the 40, and
No,
she'd be
no,
like, and she,
let's do it the other way around. Wait, because it's not because she's the one who's providing the service, like the
right,
dojo teacher is providing the service.
right,
So
right.
you're the ones providing the money. So are you being disciplined?
Yes, I'm disciplined because I got to carry myself a certain way while I'm there. Go in there, perform in the essence of my pleasure, not to hurt her, not to violate her, not to scuff her up too bad, but enjoy yourself for the 50 minutes.
I cover up as you're playing around. All right. Good morning,
Right,
Charles. I
right.
had enough of you.
Okay,
I had
great.
enough of you.
Hey, Sean, good morning, Sean.
You're,
Welcome in.
you're all
Good
over the
morning.
fucking
How are you?
conversation.
But but I said, Adrian, guess what though? But I enjoyed listening to you and talking with you. See, that's what I'm saying. It was soothing to talk with you
Okay,
about
it
discipline.
was soothing to you. It wasn't
Yes,
soothing to me.
I know, but it was soothing to me. So that's what I'm saying. So see, the feature of the feature, but it never brought me to curse you out or to call you anything outside of Adrian.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so now in this case, right? What would make me want to? Okay, one, it doesn't make me feel like I'm in a safe place. If I gotta sit there and keep on having an hour conversation about fucking nothing, that's not
Mhm.
my safe place. That
No,
I could,
that's fine.
I don't like the confrontation, the going back and forth. I can't stand it. So, good morning.
Okay,
Um,
Mister, would you be safe? So would you be safe if if I were right there in your face and I was nude in front of you? Would you feel safe with me being
no,
nude or
you
clothes
know,
on?
made me feel safe. You're right, Adrian.
Wow. Wow.
And the conversation would have been over with, and we would have moved on to the next fucking
Hmm.
conversation.
No, but if I said you're right, Adrian, but again, I would miss that soothing moment to hear you talk about your position.
I know,
You
because
know
you
what I'm
don't
saying?
give a fuck about me. I get it.
No, right,
Fuck if
right,
I
because
feel safe or not.
right, right.
All right, but okay, so now, like what K Love said, she just wants to get bust down. Do you think that after all that confrontation, that I will want Poetic to bust me down after that? No.
I think I was so far from that zone. I was so far from the bus down. Now that wasn't in the plan. Yeah, I mean, no,
But that
I
should
would
be
like.
in the
Hey,
plan.
no,
But
no,
that
no. For
should
me,
be
yes.
in the
No, 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 no,
plan.
no, 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 no. For me, yes, but not for you. Yeah, I was trying. Oh, I would. The plan would be yes. I want to burst it
I
down,
know.
but
So if your plan was to get me in bed, the right answer would be just to let me have it. You're right, Adrian.
yes, yes. Okay, but
Oh, so
I
you
agree with you
you,
in
you
that.
want to
Yeah,
go a
I
lot
agree.
further to
I
get
agree.
to not to like lean with
I agree
me,
with that
even though
fast.
I'm
But guess
wrong.
what? But here's the problem. I'm not face to face with you, so getting you in the bed wouldn't matter right at this point. Now, if I was face to face with you, oh yeah,
There's
you'd
a
be right.
cop
You'd be right.
out. Now it's a
Right.
cop out. Now
No,
you're gonna live in
no,
fucking reality.
no.
You know what? Avery.
No, the fantasy right now, yeah, I could say you're right, but no, if I were in your face,
Okay,
you'd
so
been
right now
right.
it's like you
And I said, Adrian, I don't want to make you feel unsafe. Can I take my clothes off so you can feel safe? I want to be vulnerable to you. I want to be naked because that way you can see me instead of you vision me naked. Now I'm naked, so I'm vulnerable. Now I was actually let me make you safe. Let me take all my clothes off and sit here with you. Hmm? What's that?
No, somebody just felt like she needed to tell me about